I thought this cop was really being super nice.
Yes.
And just listening to me. And then they're like, you need to get in the ambulance. Welcome to Bipolar She. I'm your host, Janine Noel. Bipolar She is a storytelling podcast about living with mental illness. The content of the show may include stories of suicidal ideation and suicide. At the show's website, bipolarshe.com, I've listed ways to find support. If you ever need immediate help, please dial 988, a suicide and crisis lifeline. I believe in the healing power of writing and speaking about our darkest of days in raw detail. So let's go. The third time I lost touch with reality was in Los Angeles.
Okay, but when we last spoke, you were in New York and you were doing pretty well. You'd come there for the second time.
Yeah, I was doing pretty well, getting small parts here and there. But then I got very sick with an autoimmune disorder, and I couldn't make it through my days. And had to move home to the San Francisco Bay Area, and I stayed with my mom, and I got a regular job as an administrative assistant, which just killed me. And so I kept the actor dream alive by telling myself, I'm going to LA. I'm going to make it there one day. So the second I was well enough, I made my way down and I was doing sort of odd jobs again. I worked at a baby store and I sold strollers, and I worked for UCLA. I was actually for their hospital, an administrative assistant there. So I had really ordinary jobs,
Right.
which made the dream of acting like even so much more exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had some luck. I was in a play. And I know you don't think of plays in LA, but I actually was in a live show there, and I was excited. There were B-list celebrities that would come to the show or be in the show. It was,
Wow.
For me, it was my big break. I was so excited by it. And it got even more exciting because I knew the show was going to go back to New York and be off-Broadway. So my Broadway dreams came up again, and I said, oh my God, I am going to New York. I'm going to be off-Broadway. I'm going to get a credit in a playbill. It's going to be official. I'm going to do it. And so I put all my heart into it. And then it was a lot of just waiting around to see if I was going to be asked to go to New York.
What do you mean? You had to be asked?
Yeah. So it was an ensemble show with women doing different monologues.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't as if the cast was just going to be transported to New York. There were other women competing for roles. And so it wasn't just a straightforward thing.
Oh, okay. Competitive.
Yeah, it was competitive.
Yeah, of course.
And I didn't really know how to put myself out there in the sense. I mean, there was a lot of flirtation and playing the Hollywood game, I felt, going on with that production. And I was just, I guess, a little bit naive in that area and thought that, oh, my talent is going to get me to New York.
Right.
So I don't have to do those other things.
Right.
Because I'm talented. But the bottom line was I felt like I was waiting and waiting for this producer to call me. I even went to my psychiatrist and said, God, I feel like I hear my phone buzz and then it's not buzzing sometimes. He's like, well, that's normal, like phantom buzzing. That's very normal. You're doing well. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing well because I'm hearing my phone. I'm waiting on this call. It's all getting a little bit sad. So when I find out this might not be going anywhere, I end up getting a job taking care of an elderly man and in Pacific Palisades. And
that's a really fancy neighborhood, by the way, in Los Angeles. That's like very, very well-to-do, Pacific Palisades.
Yeah, he had a ranch house in Pacific Palisades. The funny thing was I had a talent manager And she would not only try and get you small roles, she would also give you small, just gigs of any sort, like clean these apartments, take care of Glenn. So when she told me, are you interested in a caregiving role? I'm thinking, oh, I'll be in the role of caregiver in some sort of production. But she meant, no, take care of this elderly man. And when I said, sure, I'll take it. But I'm only taking it really because I feel like I should, as an actor, do all these things.
Right.
It wasn't like out of the kindness of my heart. It was me taking care of this old man. Because if I'm good and do good things for others, good things will come my way in LA. So it wasn't a very altruistic move, but I learned that he was really adorable and I really liked him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sick, as I mentioned, with that autoimmune disorder. And he was about my speed. So we'd take walks through the Palisades together and drink Ensures together. And he would climb. I let him. He was early Alzheimer's.
Okay.
And I'd arrive and he'd be like in his backyard, like peeing into tin cans because he didn't want to use his bathroom. So he was really adorable. And he liked to climb ladders also.
Oh.
And so I'd sit at the bottom of the ladder and I would just like pray that he doesn't fall like while I'm here. And then I'd take him to lunch. And I remember taking him to lunch in Santa Monica. And this guy walks by with this Dartmouth shirt on. Mm-hmm. And that's another moment where I went, oh, this is a sign. I'm doing the right thing. I'm eating meals with Glenn. I'm being a good person. Good things are going to come my way. More time with Glenn. And I take him to these classes in Santa Monica for elderly folks, like through this university system. And we paint like a blue jay together. It's very therapeutic. And I really look forward to my time with him. And then one day we come out and I don't know if you know the promenade there and how all of the garages look just like each other.
Yes.
They all look like each other. And so I go up and I can't find my car. Oh my God, my car has been stolen.
Right.
I'm like, oh shit, Glenn, let's go in the other one. We go into the other garage. My car's not there. Another garage, my car's not there. And then I find like this little ice cream shop and I call my friend and I say, I can't find my car. My car has been stolen. And they're like, well, have you looked in all of the garages? And I'm thinking at that point when I'm on the phone that this is it. Like I'm now a celebrity and I'm talking on the phone and people walking in front of me know that I'm a performer. And then I start talking really animated on the phone. And then I feel like I'm there in the ice cream shop for the young woman behind the counter so she can go home and tell her family that she saw this famous person talking on her phone.
Whoa. Okay.
So it was sort of like into the garage and out we come unraveled.
Yeah. And ironically enough, you're with a gentleman who's pretty unraveled himself in his own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we check all the lots again, basically, all the garages, and my car is there. And I'm able to drive him home. But I remember that drive home, even feeling that we were I felt like on clouds and that we were driving like into the sunset and it felt very relaxing, but it was some sort of, I don't know. It's hard sometimes between imagination and delusion. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where does one begin and the other end? Because I think I'm also a pretty imaginative person. So I got home safely. That was that. And then I went home to my apartment and my roommate was there cooking dinner with another guy. And then I just felt the world getting so intense. Like the television was blaring and screaming for this auto sale. It was like 4th of July auto sale. And it was just, the announcer was so strong. And then there was that TV show Extra.
Yeah.
They got a new host. It was the guy from Sugar Ray from the band. And I thought that is just so crazy. Why would they have that new host? It must mean something.
Oh, wow.
And then they're drinking wine and I'm there and everything. I just can't turn off my head. And it's the television that is taunting me. And I just wish that I could just be a normal person and drink a glass of wine and go to bed.
Yeah.
So I tried to go to bed and the thoughts just kept racing and racing. And the sliver of light in my bedroom just kind of kept me awake. Or that doesn't make sense. But anyways, what I'm saying is my mind was just racing and racing. That morning, I decided that I would drive up to see my sister. It was her birthday, and I thought, I need to get out of here. I'm going to go drive up. And
Where is she?
she's in San Francisco Bay Area.
So, like, that's a 365-mile drive or something, right?
Yeah, and I thought that I was up for it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So I don't know if I want to say this next part.
well, do your best.
Let's just say I thought I was in a play by that morning. I
Okay.
thought I was a play in my apartment, in my bathtub. And I just remember crying and crying, but also thinking that I'm an actor. And just a lot of the actor lines were moving through my mind, like the drunk doesn't play drunk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The woman crying doesn't play crying. She plays against it.
Right.
So all that stuff was in my head, being an actor. And I stepped out of the tub, just was naked in my house for
Okay.
a while. Then I got my clothes on. And then I got on the freeway and I was heading north to see my sister.
Okay.
And I remember the cars around me were very significant. So, like, I thought Bill Clinton was in the car in front of me, just driving for the hell of it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I followed and I felt presidential.
Sure.
Like maybe I'm on my way.
You're part of the motorcade.
I'm part of the motorcade, but even more than that, I'm on my way to becoming a president
Oh, okay.
now that I see him.
Right, I see.
Somehow I get turned around. I'm no longer on whatever that interstate is that you just drove up.
I-5?
I'm no longer on I-5. I'm like drifting towards the coast.
Okay, towards the 101 or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I get lost.
Whoa.
But I feel like I'm on a treasure hunt. I start drifting towards the 101.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like I have to solve these riddles. And I have to do it driving and stopping places and getting to the right places.
You
And
mean like a treasure hunt or something?
like a treasure hunt.
Okay.
So I stop at a little strip mall and I go into like the shoe repair store. And then I stop at a Mexican restaurant and I gather up business cards and note cards from all these places. And then I end up at a gas station with a mini mart.
Okay.
And I'm convinced there's a car of teenagers that are Scientologists in front of me. And I take that as a really good sign. I'm amongst the real stars.
Oh, I see.
But then inside of the mini mart, I feel like I'm a performer and I have to perform in the mini mart.
Huh.
And I go up to this guy, this Latino man, and he's playing the lottery.
Okay.
And I go up to him and I say, well, what if I brought you $1 million tonight?
What does he say?
He looked at me. Okay. And so then I write him a note saying, I, Janine, will bring you $1 million this evening at 6 p.m. I think he gave me his address. I really do.
Whoa.
And then I really thought, oh God, now that family's not going to get this money that I promised. And then there was this mom and a little girl, and the mom was being really mean to her little girl. The girl wanted a Twinkie, and the mom was being just so mean. And I wanted to help the little girl. So I grabbed a Twinkie on my way out and threw it at the girl and then left.
Okay.
So I stole a Twinkie on my way. So I leave there. I get really lost. But then I see this oasis, and this isn't going to make any sense, but to me, it made perfect sense. It was a golf club in Santa Barbara called Glen Annie Golf Course.
Okay.
And I see Glenn, who I've been caring for.
Right.
And I see Annie, little orphan Annie, my acting dream. And I go, this is it. I have made it. You know, this is it. This is the homeland. This is where we go. And so I get to this golf course. I'm kind of just wandering around. And then I think I get a little teary because I'm just confused at that point.
Right.
And this really nice woman just came over to me and said, do you have any friends you could call? And I think she took my phone and helped me find a friend. But the friend that I pointed out was a friend from New York. And so she called, or I called my friend, and she was kind of like pissed. Like, she's like, I'm running out the door, da 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 da.
Right.
And I'm having this moment where I need to help. And eventually they got in touch with my mom. And then a policeman showed up.
Okay.
And he was really handsome. And he's like, come over here, sit down and talk. And I start telling him about how I went here, and then I went here, and now I'm here. And I know that this is it. Like, I'm very close to everything. And he was really kind and just let me talk. And then this man shows up with a binder, and he comes over and sits down and starts taking all my information down. And I start thinking, oh, we're on a set now. And this is a guy that works in production. So he's taking notes for this movie set that I'm now on.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, I thought this cop was really being super nice.
Yes.
And just listening to me. And then they're like, you need to get in the ambulance.
Oh.
And they kind of strong-arm me over there. And I just don't understand, because he was just so nice for a moment, just listening to me.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he like turns.
Right.
And he and the guy with the binder like basically pushed me into the ambulance.
This was just a regular ambulance that showed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just felt I felt totally betrayed.
Yeah.
Like how he gave me his card. I remember we talked about families and how hard they can be. And then boom, they're throwing me in the back of an ambulance. So I was hospitalized in Santa Barbara. It was awful. It was very tough. It was 3 weeks, and I was super anxious. I think I paced for 3 weeks, like up and down these long hallways.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time. I mean, how do you handle your life? I mean, with paying bills or whatever. I mean.
Well, I had left poor Glenn. That was one thing I felt terrible about.
Yeah, Glenn.
Yeah. So that felt awful. Beyond Glenn, I didn't have much going on. So it's tough. I mean, I did have the health problems also.
Sure.
That was making this difficult. But I had some big delusions in that hospital as well. And I think what happens is you go into those places, they put you on a lot of medications, and you often get worse for a while until they stabilize you and then discharge you. I got worse. My behavior became weirder in a hospital.
Weirder how?
Like I was convinced that I could push through the door and get out of there.
Wow.
Like I had this, I truly believed if I ran with all my strength, I could break through a door like an actor has a breakthrough.
Uh-huh.
So this idea of a breakthrough became physical. And if I believed I could go through that door and break through, I would be an actor. So I got naked and I ran to that door, pushed with all my might, convinced that Matthew McConaughey would be in a car waiting for me. And I'd hop in the car and he would say, hey, little Miss Lady, what took you so long? And I would drive off into celebrity. But instead, the nurse pulled me from the door, throws me back in my room, puts clothes on me, takes away my Bible. I would carry a Bible around because I always had Bibles there, and I felt it like protected me.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So.
Yeah, the word that comes to my mind is florid. Like, you know how they say like florid delusions, like it's like fully exploded, these delusions. You're completely living in them, you know? I mean, life must have been very dramatic.
Yeah, it was scary. And the
Yeah.
thing was, I was like, oh, well, it's worse for them. It's worse for them. I would see, other people having a worse time. But that was, yeah, at least 3 weeks.
So you come out of there. What's it like?
So I went back to the San Francisco Bay Area, and I think I stayed with my sister. I stayed with my mom. I would kind of bounce around. I would feel like my mom didn't understand me, so I'd go stay with my sister.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the one hospital I remember I found like my 5150. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's the form that they write up when they're putting you into a hospital involuntarily.
Oh.
And on it, it says, patient found confused, nonsensical storytelling.
You read those words.
Yeah, after. And I mean, it kind of made me laugh, but at the same time, it made it wasn't nonsensical. It made complete sense to me.
Yeah.
And they listened to me as if it made complete sense. But I stay there with my sister and my mom, kind of going between their houses. And I actually started not doing well again.
Oh.
And I went back into a hospital there.
You mean in San Francisco area?
Yeah, in the Bay Area
Okay.
there. And it was, I mean, it wasn't as crazy,
Right.
but it was interesting. I had a really fast recovery after that. So within like 2.5 months, I was into a new job and completely feeling normal and fine,
Huh.
just as if any of this was, none of this was going to follow me anymore.
Do you have any theories about why that happened? Like you recovered so quickly? Was it just your natural resilience? I mean,
I think it's just youth.
mm-hmm.
Like you just have that capacity. And I think your brain has more flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
But right, so we have Dartmouth, New York, and LA. And even out of LA, I'm still feeling pretty good
Mm-hmm.
once everything is situated. So it just was a huge gift to be able to get well that fast. And yeah, I'm lucky for that.
So you're now working again, like another just basically straight job?
Oh, I get a job with a film production company in the
Okay.
Bay Area, which is so exciting to me because
Right.
then I don't have to totally let go of the acting dream, and I just focus on production, thinking that's just a world that I want to live in. And I'm kind of amazed that my boss who hires me can't see everything that's happened to me on my face when I interview. I remember going to interview and putting a black skirt and black blazer on, and he was a really nice guy, but I'm at that point thinking, what does the world see on me? Yeah, I'm from, I went to Dartmouth. I have these skills, but I'm still can you not see all these hospitalizations on me? Do you see the illness on me?
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, I don't think people did.
No.
So I was really lucky in that sense that it was really well handled between these times.
And how long did that relatively healthy period last?
Well, it got a little bumpy.
Uh-oh.
In about 2 years, it got bumpy, we'll say. And then it got really bumpy in about 3, that third year. But we can hold off on that.
Okay, but before we do, I just want to ask about medication. Was it a problem to find the right medication or to stay on a medication that would be stable and continue to be effective for you? Did you have struggles around medication?
See, this is what I do. Okay, I entirely left out the reason why I went nuts in LA.
Well, that's okay. Let's talk about it now.
I completely leave it out.
Well, maybe you're just not on the right medication. Tell me what you left out.
So I'm just there telling you all the connections my mind was making, but I forgot to tell you that I had a psychiatrist that said, you seem really stable. Let's wean you off the Depakote.
Oh, what's Depakote?
It's a mood stabilizer.
Okay.
It's also an anticonvulsant medication.
So wait a minute. You were doing okay.
I was doing okay.
And why did she want to take you off the Depakote?
I don't know.
Oh boy.
I remember not feeling well physically and telling him that. And I remember saying, I don't feel well, but I don't think people can tell that I'm sick or not feeling well. And he said, well, you're very beautiful. And I just went, what is going on with
Hmm.
my psychiatrist? What is going on here? But I listened to him. He was supposed to be cutting edge. He was into autoimmune and also mental health.
Okay.
He was doing acupuncture. He was doing all these crazy things, but he had a really good reputation.
Right.
But I went in and looked him up, and he didn't have a license
Right.
when I was seeing him. His license had been pulled.
Yikes.
Right. So I have this weird, uncomfortable psychiatrist telling me I seem stable. I seem strong enough for this. So I do, and I decrease it. And then that's where things got out of control.
Okay.
And then I remember, but the thing was, I was so attached to like the acting dream.
Yeah.
I keep that very separate from this drug detox, even though that detox is what really sent me over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't my fault. See, if I keep it in this like story mode, it's kind of still my fault.
Right. I see what you mean.
If I exclude him from the story, but I automatically exclude him. And it's my brother, I remember, who said to me, like, you're never going back to LA. That doctor is a quack. He should never have done that. And I remember my brother saying, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, he's a good doctor. He's part of my LA team. He was really looking out for me. And my brother was like, no, he's a quack. Don't ever talk to him. Yeah. He said, I'll disown you as my sister if you
All right.
ever talk to him
That's a step
again.
too far. That's a little bit harsh. He was a nice brother until he went that far.
Okay, we'll cut that out.
No, I mean, that's what he said. So, okay, so this quack guy, he had you wean off the medication that was actually helping you, and then you ended up kind of going towards psychosis again, ultimately ending up back in the Bay Area. Did you then see yet another psychiatrist who got you on something different?
Yeah, I went back to a psychiatrist that I saw, actually during Dartmouth time. So one that knew me from a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I was lucky that time. But it's just, I don't know. It's just, I still feel very blamed for these episodes or whatever we want to call them.
Sure.
So it's still hard for me to let that go.
Even though you know that it's just a part of you that you have no control over, that it's more powerful than you, that you're fighting against yourself. And, how can you win against your own mind?
Yeah, that's what I wake up with every morning. I just have to do everything possible to not let anything happen again. And I mean, I think that is a pressure on me. And I feel like I'm convinced that this time around, I'm going to be healthy. There will never be a hospitalization. None of that will ever happen, which is not a good way for somebody. I don't think that's a great way for someone with mental illness to think about it. It's not about if they're hospitalized or not. It's, it's really not in their control. So to think, not being in the hospital equals more success with the illness is probably not a good way to think. I know that I've been like marking my years, like each one away, going, okay, now I've been out X amount of years. This is helpful for me to think like that. But in reality, no one really has control over it.
So would you say, I guess because we're sort of wrapping up, is that really the best way to think of it, Not as like, it's going to defeat me and I'm going to be a failure if I have a setback. Like setbacks can and may happen at any time.
Oh, I think you have to think about it that way.
Right.
But you can also do what I do, which is, damn it, there's never going to be another one.
I'm not going to let this get me again. Well, I guess it's kind of a personal question, but how many years has it been?
Out of a hospital? 13.
Oh, wow. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.